So hi, this is Dr. Jim Anderson from Anderson Center for Neuropathy and Chronic Pain, and I'm here with Glen today. And Glen has been really great to work with, and he's about 4 months out from having surgery, what we call decompression surgery for his diabetic neuropathy. And we've been doing this for quite some time, and very rewarding for the patient, and then also helping him as a doctor too. So I'm just going to introduce Glen, and he can tell you a little bit about his experience, and a lot of it's like, you know, how you were before, how it was affecting your life, like sleeping or being active. Can you just kind of speak about that for a minute?
The main reason is I had a lot of tingling and burning and numbness feeling in my feet. And it would cause me to, I have a ranch, and it would cause me, I would go out and I would try and work, and about an hour or two into my work, my feet were such aching and paining that I had to stop. And I was on the gabapentin form, and it seemed to be working a little bit. And then I came, and then I had used to, around 6 o'clock in the evening, I would have to lay on the bed on my stomach and hang my feet over the bottom of the bed to get what I thought was, you know, blood flow back to my feet, and it would stop the throbbing and the prickling and everything. And then I used to be real sensitive on the bottom of my feet, where you could barely touch them. You touch them and it would make them go all jerky and everything.
Very hypersensitive.
Yeah, hypersensitive.
Yeah, just brush his skin and like draw away
so
from it.
Putting on socks and shoes and everything was a chore, more frustrating than anything. And then I had the surgery, and I don't want to call it a miracle, but it was just all the symptoms that I've had, the hypersensitivity, the pins and needles and everything has gone away.
And you've been diabetic for how long?
Since 2000, so going on 20 years.
20 years, okay. And so gabapentin, you don't only have to use it now for hands.
Right.
Okay. And sleeping better?
Oh, much better, yeah. Much better. I used to have a twinge in my foot that on the days that I had worked for 4 or 5 hours or so, it was more, my leg felt tired. Okay. And then it would twinge like that.
So what compelled you to come in? I mean, how did you find out about us, or just what?
Well,
did you dig such a deep hole with this that you just?
Well, I talked to my primary care doctor. Okay. I had an issue with my toe from my stroke, because I had a stroke in 2016. And I wanted to see a podiatrist, and he recommended me you. Okay. And then we sat down, went over all the symptoms and everything. Yeah. And then you recommended, and you told me about the decompression, right? Like the carpal tunnel you do in your hands that you can do there. Right. And then we did.
Did it make sense?
It did, yeah, it did. Because one thing that you had also taught me was that being a diabetic, your blood vessels seem to be bigger because they hold more water.
Yeah, the nerves. Yeah.
So when you got a bigger vessel going through a small hole, right, and you open it up, it just makes everything feel a lot better.
And it's so true. It's called the poly-L pathway, big name, but it's anyway. Just those of you listening know that diabetic nerves do become larger, and you're going to have compression because you're going through tunnels that don't get larger. So right. And I'll just point it real quick where we did these.
Yeah, we did the left leg first.
Did the left leg first, and so these are the incisions. You can still kind of see scars, but that's a common perineal nerve. This is superficial perineal nerve. These two nerve branches affect the top of Glen's foot, and then this is a soleal sling. It's affecting the bottom of the foot. So all the nerves I have to get down here and go through this tunnel. So you're walking right away.
Yes.
And was there much pain after surgery?
No.
Not much. How fast did you think it improved? I mean, was it within days you could tell? Or?
I would say within 5 or 6 days I could notice a difference. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So it's been meaningful. Sounds
right.
Like.
I think the biggest annoyance that I had was wearing the boot that day. Oh. Going home wearing the boot, you know, having your leg heavier and not being able to get out of it, you know, especially in the wintertime, so you get sweats on. Right. You know. So you said not to do anything for the first day.
The leg's kind of numb when we do the surgery from the anesthetic, and then we want them to be protected to boot for about 24 hours. So
the next day,
then you're back in regular shoes.
Yeah. The next day, after about a week and a half after the surgery, not that I do because I know that the problems with being a diabetic and walking around barefoot,
Right.
you can get something in your foot,
Sure.
but it made me feel like walking barefoot.
Right.
That's
You-
how
you
much
can-
better
you
it
can
gets.
feel things.
Mhm.
Anyway, we cannot shake hands, and it's social
Right.
distancing, as you can see. So we're doing this during COVID-19. And I guess that's really about it. I really appreciate you sharing with everybody
You're more than welcome.
and taking the time to do this, because it's very important people learn more about it. And I ask you, if you're watching, please make some comments on YouTube. We really appreciate your feedback. If you like this content, please let us know, or have other things that you'd like to learn more about. And please consider subscribing before you get to the end of the
It's
video.
improved
So,
my quality of life, which is big.
excellent. And that's kind of how we do this,
Mhm.
by patient, just sharing the information and how it's benefited you. So
Mhm.
again, appreciate it, Glenn.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Doctor.
Thank you for watching.